What's up everyone, Papa Bear here with the paint tutorial on how to paint faces. A lot of people are intimidated to paint faces or don't think they can. I'm going to teach you a way that I've been doing it for years and I really haven't changed the style on it. It works out pretty well, so grab your paints, grab your brushes, and let's rock. Alright, today what I'm going to teach you is how to paint my skin tone. I do have a couple different ways that I paint skin tone. This is kind of my go-to since I do paint a lot of Astartes models and Marine Army armors. So this is what I use when I'm actually painting my skin tones. It's very simple. It seems like I have a lot of colors, but I don't use them all. Basically, what you will need for sure is you're going to need Golden Shadow. All right, from Reaper series, Golden Skin, Golden Highlight, Fair Skin. Now, if you want stubble or shaved head, you're going to need some cold gray, or any kind of gray for that matter. If you have any scars or any kind of like flesh wounds, you're going to need a purple. I like using Imperial Purple. And then for the eyes, you're going to need a black, and you're going to need a white. And then you are also going to need a Agrax Earthshade. All right. And if you have any of these big ones, you know you can spill it. Go over to my buddy at RMC Gaming and get one of these bad boys. All right. Kind of see it, RMC Gaming. These are fantastic. I love them, and they fit right there. Good to go. Now, to save some time, what I did was I actually painted my first two layers on the face. All right. I always prime my models black. I don't have good success with priming them white. So what I'll do is I'll prime it black. I'll paint the face or whatever the skin I need white. All right, let me put this over here. And then I'll paint the first coat shadowed, golden shadow. All right. So the four that I have on my palette right now is I have golden shadow, golden skin, golden highlight, and fair skin. All right. So the first thing I did, once again, is I painted the whole skin area white. And if you want to prime it white, that's fine. But I don't have good luck with priming anything white. It always comes out chalky. All right, and then on top of the white, I always put golden skin for, or I'm sorry, golden shadow first. All right. Then what you need to do is take your Agrax Earthshade. I like using this because it's a deeper tone. All right, put it in your nice RMC Gaming pot holder, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a brush. And I'm just going to wash the skin. Just like that. All right. Get into all the recesses. Make sure you rinse out your brush. And as you can see, basically what I did was I darkened up all the skin. All right. Make sure you don't knock your crap around. Close your paint pot. And then I would get this out of the way. Now, one thing to remember. These do take a little while to dry. So don't go right on top of it and start painting until that wash is dry. All right. You definitely don't want to start painting it because what will end up happening is you'll start pulling the paint right off and it'll be white underneath. Okay, so let's just give it some time to dry. All right, so it looks like it's almost about dry. I think it needs probably just a couple more seconds. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to give you a couple dad jokes here because I'm a dad, and I like 40K. So, who was the most helpful Primarch while we're waiting for this to dry? It was Rogadorn, because he's always willing to lend a hand. If you don't know the lore, they found his hand and that's it. And I'll give you one more. Actually, I'm going to give you two more. What unit makes the best cashiers? Anybody know? The Lord of Change. Wah, wah, wah. And the last one. How do Astartes chefs add flavors? With an assault cannon. Oh, those are super cheesy. I got those over at Bells of Lost Souls, so give some credit to that. I did not make those up. I found them on the interwebs and for your viewing enjoyment. So, looks like this dude is dry, so we're going to go ahead and start painting him again. I always grab my 000, my smallest brush. I like working with small brushes. I really like the Winsor & Newton Series 7's brushes. So, what we're going to do is, for the first shade, is we're going to take our golden shadow again and just paint on top of it, only leaving the recesses from the wash. Okay? That's going to add some depth to the face right away. Alright, so you do want to leave, get this closer to my face. Make sure it's zoomed in pretty good. Alright. You know, you want to make sure you get the full cheekbone, the bottom of his chin, but you want to leave some of that shade in there. Alright, get his ear. And remember, this is the golden shadow. This is still the first color that we painted on top of white. But then if you remember, we washed it with that A-Grass Earth shade. Okay? Alright, and all we're doing is we're just highlighting it up a little bit. Alright. Now it's important to do these heads correctly, because if you have a really well painted model but your heads aren't painted that well, it can actually take away from the total effect of your model. Now, I think I'm pretty decent at painting heads. This is just my basic one. Now, if you notice, I do want to say something real quick. I stopped painting right around here. The reason being is the dude has a mohawk, and I'm going to actually make it look like he shaved it there. All right, so I got the first one down. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to golden skin. Now this golden skin, I'm going to kind of leave a little bit more of the golden shadow underneath it. So I'm not going to completely paint it. So I always start with the nose. I don't know why. Maybe it's the focal point of his face. All right, so I'll paint his nose. Then I'll paint his nostrils a little bit. And if you notice, when I paint his nostrils, I left a little bit of shade in between. All right, he's got a little bit of a grimace. Right there. All right. Gonna get his eyebrows. I always wondered why Space Marines didn't have eyebrows. It's kind of creepy when you think about it. I mean, if you see a dude walking down the street, you know, with no eyebrows, you know, it would creep me out. I'd think he'd be like an alien or something. No offense if you don't have any eyebrows. I just never seen anybody without eyebrows. But with Space Marines, they just seem normal. Like nobody has eyebrows. So I definitely want to pick out right here to kind of highlight his grimacing face. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do his chin. All right. Now make sure when you're painting his lips, you leave that shade in between his top lip and his bottom lip. If not, it's going to take away from the effect of it. All right. Yes, I am a brush licker. Been doing it for 20 years. Hasn't given me any superpowers yet, unfortunately. Alright. I'm going to work on the other side of his face. I definitely want to pick this out right here. Alright, get his cheek. And the bottom of his jaw. Alright. I'll come up here and add a little bit more. Alright. So, now you can see, let me zoom in a little bit. Starting to give him a little bit more definition. A little bit more character to him. Okay. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the final highlight. Now this one use sparingly, only on the extreme highlights of the model. So, tip of the nose, boop. Put some on his nostril. All right. The little lines right here. Just kind of the top part of it. Just kind of accents that he's grimacing a little bit. And most of the time I do like to do it symmetrical so that way I can look at it. Alright. Then I'm going to do his chin, but I'll do it in two parts. I'll do a little bit on one side, a little bit on another, and then the top. That way I can give him like a butt chin. Not because I like butt chins, it's just it kind of helps point out that it's a chin. Now, one thing I will not do is I won't paint the lips yet, and I'll explain why here in a second. Okay, so don't paint the lips with the fair shadow. All right. Now with his cheeks, what I like to do is paint a little bit right here. You don't want to paint the whole thing. All right. Do the other side. And just like that. I'm going to do the bridge of his forehead and kind of where the scars are. Crap, forgot his ear. So let me go ahead and put some, let me backtrack and do some on his ear. Here we go. All right. Now, I really don't concern myself with painting, painting a lot of extra highlights up here with the golden shadow or the golden skin or the whatever this color is. I really focus just on the facial features of it. All right, so I'll put a little dab right there. All right. Now, let's take a look at this bad boy. Starting to get a little bit more defined. So, since he does have a shaved head somewhat, he's rocking a mohawk like he's in the 80s, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix, let me put this down real quick. I'm going to take some of my gray, just like so. Take an old brush. All right, take some shadow gray, take some of this, and mix it together until you get consistency kind of like that. All right, it's a good in between of these two. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to paint it right where his hair would be shaved. Right up to the hairline. Now, he has this little earpiece thing there, so you don't have to worry about any sideburns, but on this side you will. So, I'm going to keep on painting. Whoop, almost got that. That would have been bad. Alright, I could use a bigger brush, but I'm already committed with this, and I'm not going to change. Alright, so make sure I don't get his ear. And then I'm going to bring it down a little bit right here to where his sideburn will be. And I'll just make sure it's symmetrical. And it is. Bam. Alright, so now, ooh, crap. Let's take a look at this a little bit better. Sorry about that. I hit my camera. Alright. You can kind of see his face, and then it shows that he's kind of got a shaved head. Now, I will be taking some pictures of it that'll show you the detail more. Thank you for being patient. I've never recorded a live tutorial. This is my second one, so yes, okay, technically I have recorded one. It's my black non-metallic metal armor, but I am getting better at this, so I appreciate the patience. But hey, you're getting my recipes and how I do it, so it's got to be worth something, right? If you think so, please like and subscribe, and I promise you I'm going to get better. All right, so now what I'm going to do, since I've got his, now if I want to put some stubble on him, I could put some on his chin, mustache, or whatever, but I like him clean shaven, so put the stubble on his head. Now I'm going to do his eyes. Now this is the tricky part. What I do, put a little bit of black on my wet palette. Okay? Then I'm going to bring this bad boy up as close as I can, and I'm going to zoom it in. Alright. So, what you need to do with this is you're going to paint where his eyes are. Now, I do get a little messy sometimes, and I paint the bottom of his eyelid, but that's okay. Because the wonderful thing about painting is you can paint over it most of the time. Unless you're mixing colors, then it's a pain in the butt. All right. All right, now, when I got the black in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the white, pull it on. Let me get it to, let me focus it to where I think it's going to be good. Right about there. Good. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the white and I'm going to paint it over the black, leaving just the black showing. The edge of the black showing. Now his left eye might not finish completely because he does have some scarring on it. All right. Once I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some black, go back in it, and carefully put his pupils in. And this is super hard to do while I'm recording, so I actually made some mistakes. That's all right. All right, once I think I got his eyes done, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of my golden shadow and I'm gonna come up underneath his eye again. Kind of correct the mistake that I made. And then I'm going to take a little bit of white and I'm going to put it at the end right here, just to kind of highlight his eye a little bit better. And since the bottom of his eyelid, I kind of put a little bit of black on it, I want to make sure that I correct it. All right, put a little bit of golden shadow on it. And then take some golden skin and highlight it a little bit more. All right, looking good, my man. All right, now what I'm gonna do for y'all is I'm gonna take my number 2 brush and I'm gonna highlight, I wouldn't say highlight, but I'm gonna take some black and I'm gonna kind of paint around everything that's not the skin. I like doing this so I can see if there's any flaws, just like the one I made. It allows me to see if I missed anything, but it also just frames the face. Make sure that you don't paint on the skin that you just worked hard to paint on. Where do I buy these paints, you may be asking? There's all sorts of places you can get them. I like ordering my paints from Dice Head Hobbies. That's Shane that runs the ATC. I have ordered some stuff from the Red Barn, who runs the Barnyard Brawl. But that's if I can't find them at my local store, which my local store is Event Horizon in Garner. You can get them on Amazon, eBay, all sorts of different places. Just contact them and see what they can do for you. Now, I will be honest with you. I am a fan of supporting your local store or supporting a store that does large events. That's the main reason why I like buying from Shane at Dice Head or Alan from the Red Barn, because they do major events for the community and I think that they need to be supported. That's just my opinion. But you should also support your local brick and mortar stores, because without you, they can't succeed. So be cool. Buy from them first. And I'm not sure if anybody of you has ever been to Event Horizon in Garner, but it's a fantastic store. They got a lot of stuff there. Not as much 40K stuff anymore, but they can get it for you. And they've got a ton of paints. The one thing I like about that store is the people are like just super friendly, man. We'll have a conversation with you. and make you feel important. All right, so now I've kind of highlighted the face a little bit. Let's look at it a little bit closer here. Okay, so you can see I'm mad. Kind of highlighted everything. You can see that he's got a shaven scalp on the side. But if you notice, he's got a stud in the middle of his head. He's got a couple gashes in his face. Probably from an ex-wife. I don't know, maybe. Or Xenos alien scum. I don't know. Don't care. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show how I paint my scars. All right. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this Imperial Purple. Shake it up. Put just a little bit on there. Now, this is extremely important. Water that bad boy down. Take some water. Get it nice, just watery. Okay? You're not trying to actually paint it. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my trusty 00, and then I'm just going to paint a little bit of purple, a little bit of watered down purple right inside, a little bit on the edges of his scars. So when it dries up, it kind of looks like a wound. And then I kind of do the same thing for the rivets. What I'll do is I'll kind of paint around the rivet just to kind of give it a wound look right there. And I'm going to kind of let that dry a little bit, because what I'm going to do is here in a second I'm going to actually paint a little black dot on it so you can see what the purple looks like around it. So I'm going to give you another dad joke for 40K that I got from Bulls. All right, here we go. Who are the best dancers? Do you know? Hurry up, comment below if you can. Who's the best dancers? It's the corn bertwerkers. That's right, the corn bertwerkers. Whoever came with that is just magic. That's just magic in my opinion. All right. So it looks like it's dried. So now what I'm going to do is, let me zoom in on that again. I'm going to paint a little black dot on there. That's where server stud's going to be. Now if you notice, the purple is a little bit spread out. So I'll take a little bit of a golden skin, kind of blend around it. And there you have it. And that's how I paint my skin tones. All right. I think it looks pretty good for a quick paint job. I usually can go a little bit quicker if I'm not talking and I'm actually concentrating. I'm going to show you some pictures of what it would look like in better quality. And then I'm going to show you some pictures of other models that I've done with this specific style so you can see exactly what it looks like. And that's it. That's how you paint faces. Pretty simple. I hope that
with this lesson, you can practice it a little bit and you won't be as intimidated if you were intimidated, or it helps you improve your painting to another level. If you like this video and you want more, please help me out. Subscribe, like, share, let people you know, and I'll be bringing some more paint tutorials for you in the future. Until next time, stay true and keep growing.